Namaskar. Hello and welcome to PGurus channel. I'm your host Sri Iyer. I am going to talk briefly about the arrest that the Central Bureau of Investigation has made, and we're going to touch upon also the rally that is slated for tomorrow in many countries. But before all that stuff, may I request all of you to please like this video, however many of you are watching, because this is a surprise that we are getting such a low viewership. We think we know what the reason is, but you can help us by just liking this video. A lot of crucial information not known to anybody is being shared today here. So thank you so much in advance for that. So let's take a quick look at a slide deck that I want to present to you, and I will walk you through why the CBI arrested 3. Now, if you look at the arrest, they are saying that there was destruction of evidence and culpable homicide. Now, destruction of evidence is very interesting. The reason given is that there was a mislabeling of wires, signal wires, which caused this accident. Now, if I take you to the next slide, I can walk you through what really happened. Can we go to, yeah, here we go. So the wrong labeling of wires was done in 2015, 8 years ago, yet nothing happened till now. Now, how's that possible? Now, the other thing you can say is, if there was wrong labeling, how come this kind of accident never happened before? So whatever the wrong labeling was, it was something that was sort of benign. Some other event should have happened on June 2nd that essentially exposed this problem. And this is not clearly mentioned in the CRS, Commissioner for Railway Safety report, but I am trying to connect the dots here. And by way of comments, you can agree or disagree with me or provide some facts that might help all of you to get this thing better. So what has happened is, an hour before the accident, right near this, there was an electric barrier, electric lifting barrier. There must be a road level crossing or something like that. And looks like somebody was working on that, and that is where they got misled because of the wrong wiring. Okay, so because of that, what happened was, after this work was done, the first train to go was the Coromandel Express, and that's where you saw the problem. And of course, it got shut off right away, the line, and they must have done investigation. Now, where the destruction of evidence comes in, let's take a quick look at what might have happened. Now, 3 people know that something went wrong and something has to be done. Was it possible that one of them remembered that in 2015, as well as this same thing was alerted in 2018 also, nothing was done? If somebody says verbally and somebody hears verbally, it just goes somewhere. The written report, they have to go back and look at that. If in 2018 they found that the labeling was wrong, then they should have acted upon it. And if that was not done, then clearly somebody knew that their job was on the line. And did that somebody go back and try to set this thing right so that it would appear as if the mislabeling was not there? So this is what is called as destruction of evidence. Either that or something else that was there to try and make this happen guaranteed, such as an obstruction, if you will, something like that. We don't know. That part the CBI has not mentioned. So clearly the destruction of evidence part centers around the cover-up or the possible cover-up that might have happened. In fact, you'll be amazed to know that on 16th May, 2 weeks before this incident, there was another southeastern railway station, Bankra Nayabaz, where it had the same wrong wiring and cable fault. Luckily, they caught it there. So, see, sometimes what happens, one contractor is given this job, that person has a wrong idea of doing things. Mislabeling could be even the color, or there are 3 wires. I'll give you a simple example. In the United States, right, electrical wiring, there are 3 colors that then denote what the wire actually carries. Red is life. Red is always a sign of danger. That's where the current is going. Then there is green, that is typically neutral, and green is ground, and white is typically neutral. So if the ground is the thick pin, in the middle one that you see in your connector, whether it is US or India or many other countries. So this is like a convention. Sometimes they have some variations. Instead of white, it might be gray, and so on and so forth. Black also is used sometimes. So this is but it's a standard chart that is followed by everybody in United States. And when the building construction supervisor comes to check the quality of the building to certify it, they make sure that these are random. The wires are tested to make sure that everything conforms to this specification. Like that, did this error happen because somebody used a non-conventional wiring system? Color, was it what it was? Because at the end of the day, wire is a wire. The only thing you can tell is what color the sheath of the wire is. Is that what happened? We don't know. Tomorrow, the Central Bureau of Investigation is going to be having a press conference, I'm told, and I'm hoping that they'll add more data. But this begs another question. If what happened, like the way I related, was what happened, then they should have done these arrests within 24 hours. Why wait for a month? That's a question that CBI will have to answer. What took you so long? Because this is a very simple open and shut case, very, very close by. And why did it take so long for the CBI to come to this conclusion? And that we don't know. So this is where things stand. Somebody is giving a convention in India. It's red, yellow, and blue for live phases, and black for neutral, and green for earth ground. So yeah, so these are all conventions. Again, this is electrical wiring. This is signal. So signals may have a different color switching. So we don't know. Again, these things helps. I mean, as an engineer, I was intrigued that when the report came in today's Times of India, I'm quoting all the stuff from Times of India, that this is what happened. Now let's go back to the slide deck, please, because I want to touch upon the other incident that is going to take place tomorrow, a Khalistani parade that is supposed to take place in 5 different cities. So, I'm sorry, 5 different countries. I stand corrected. What are the 5 countries? Canada, United States, United Kingdom, Australia, and Italy. 5 countries. Now, so far, a lot of stuff has been going back and forth. The Indian government has been applying pressure. And I don't know how many of you saw the US ambassador to India, 𝗏𝙧𝙤𝙀's conference in the Kolkata, United States consulate, and where he said that every embassy official's life is very precious, and we are going to make sure that everybody's safety is protected, and so on and so forth. That's like a standard statement. 𝗏𝙧𝙤𝙀 was a progressive mayor who ran for 2 terms in LA. Then he termed out. And then after that, of course, this is his new appointment. Clearly, what he is doing is highly questionable. He went to Manipur, and even the Congress has objected to that visit. So we don't know what is going on there. He has been meeting Shah Rukh Khan of all people. I mean, imagine, guys, if Taranjit Singh Sandhu, who's India's ambassador to the United States, if he would go about meeting, all kinds of people who, like, for example, Donald Trump or Ron DeSantis or somebody in the Hollywood. I mean, this is not what an ambassador is supposed to do. So clearly, Mr. 𝙒𝙬𝙤 perhaps is entertaining political ambitions. Maybe he wants to come back from India and start a political career. The man talks a smooth speech. He's a very smooth talker. The first qualification for a politician. Because if you have to lie, you have to lie smoothly. I'm not saying that he lied, but having smooth, glib talking skills helps a lot for politicians. And that I'll leave it at that. Now, 5 days of elapsed. Okay, another thing he said, 𝗏𝙧𝙤𝙀 said that this is in the hands of the local police. In this case, it is San Francisco Police Department. I'm talking about the arson, the attempt to set the consulate on fire. Now, you can always argue that, oh, well, they just had a fire accelerant. It was on the carpet. It was intended to be a demonstration of sorts. It was a prank. It was not really setting the building on fire. I'm sure many left loonies will see this video and try to make up these kinds of narratives also, if they have not already done so. But it's not that. It's the intent. This is the second time they have done it. In fact, Ambassador 𝙒𝙧𝙤𝙀 has admitted this is the second time this has happened. Come on now, guys. San Francisco Police Department, it is now 5 days. Today is the 7th. What have you done thus far? I have not heard a single arrest, a single apprehension. And now what I'm hearing is going to shock all of the people who live in the Bay Area. The parade is going to go on in United States. It is going to go on in United Kingdom, despite Doval really expressing concerns to UK, saying that if you don't take care of the Khalistanis, we will, or words to that effect. It is going to go on in Australia. I have not checked about Italy. It's been very low-key there. I don't know. But it has been banned in Canada. Yesterday's episode, I had said that the wording looked a little tricky. It could be interpreted as being banned or not, but it is. You cannot have the procession in Canada. So Mr. Pannu may not have to go back to Canada because he wants to be in the front and center of it. I don't know. He might fly out to San Francisco tomorrow. Bay Area commuters expect some traffic blocks and things like that because this is going to go on. This is freedom of speech. Wanting to set a country's consular building is freedom of speech, according to the woke California, San Francisco Police Department. And well, you're going to bear the consequences. San Francisco Police Department has been getting a bum rap for a long time now. They are understaffed. And what I'm hearing, I hope this is wrong, that they don't even want to register offenses for many things. For example, one of the things is that for any crime in a Walmart or any department store, if it is less than $900, they are not even registering it as a crime. In other words, anybody can go steal a bike about $500 worth, steal other things close to $900, and then bike out with that. Nobody is going to stop you. You also saw the instances of two people who tried to stop and who called the police, and the police came and arrested the thieves. The two people who complained were fired. This is America for you. In America is going to hell in a handbasket, and I don't know what's going to come. I mean, this was one group that said that this is not the policy. You are not supposed to engage. They didn't engage with the thieves. They just merely alerted the police along with the car number. So this is stupid, in my opinion, and the backlash is going to happen. When and how fast, especially in a state like California, where it is sea blue, I mean deep blue, almost everywhere except some rural areas. It is very blue. It needs to turn more balanced, get back to a more purple situation. Hopefully then some balance will come. You also saw the other video I'm hoping about, the SB 403 passing through the Judiciary Committee of the California State Assembly. I think the number is unanimous, more or less. No against, and one Republican also voted along with it. And in that committee, Mr. Ash Kalra, the San Jose assemblyman, he also voted for this bill. I mean, does he realize that he himself could be subjected to the very thing that he is signed on? What about his children? They too will be subjected to this. In other words, why is he sticking it to himself? Only he can answer this question. I thought he was a smart man. I mean, clearly, I leave it to you to decide whether this person is worthy of being re-elected again or not. I reserve my comments. I'm an independent. I don't care two hoots. I care two hoots for the Democrats or Republicans. My job is to tell you the truth the way I see it. So this is where we stop now. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Otherwise, thanks for watching and namaskar. One question, JS, will the CBI be able to establish in the court who are behind these three people, motive? You know, if it happened in 2015 and it was also flagged in 2018, the Times of India report is very cryptic, guys. And the numbers like 2015, 2018, are they years or is it something else? I don't know. Clearly, a little bit more clarity will help. But if it was in 2015, it's a little difficult to say that this was something like deliberate sabotage. It could be negligence. However, they have tried to cover it up. Now, it also could be an intended sabotage. We don't know because, like I said, on May 16th, similar thing was seen at a different station. So, are there more such things hiding out there? We don't know. They'll have to go back and do inspection to find out how many places this might have happened. The first place to start is the contractor or the person who did all this work. I'm not sure if Railways is doing all these things by itself. It might be contracting it out to approved contractors. So a lot of work needs to happen. CBI needs to be more forthcoming in their press release tomorrow. I'm hoping we'll find out. Partha wants to know, when is Ankitji coming again to give us an update on geopolitics? Soon, I hope. He's been very busy. After he came on our channel, a lot of people have been inviting him. You've been seeing that. And by the way, you also need to look at some other channels where the counter also is playing out. That United States is quite strong and it's not going to be something that's going to happen at least for 30, 40, 50 years. The accelerated timetable schedule that Ankitji is saying is looking very, very aggressive. Anyway, so that is something that we have to wait. But yes, I will be inviting him again, and yes, he will be coming online. We will have a very revealing discussion with him. Next question, please. Poonam Abhi wants to know, I will not be surprised when these friendly countries are exposed as supporting these anti-Bharat, anti-Hindu army gathering in the world. In fact, I'll be shocked if they are not involved. Poonam, it is actually not just them. There are many in the Indian government also who do bad things. I don't want to mention anything here, but I know of an event that happened and it hugely embarrassed the United Kingdom government a few years ago because the Indian bureaucracy tried to cover up something. And I'm not going to mention the details now here. If anybody from the Indian bureaucracy wants to know what it was, I'll be happy to share with them and how they messed it up. So you don't think that as a group, India and India's bureaucracy are moving and working alongside Narendra Modi. He should have fired those 27 people that Dr. Swami had given a list in 2014. You don't do it, that means that he wants to just let these people live. Whatever be his majburiyan, only he can explain. Next question, please. Tushar Kanti Mishra wants to know, sir, when is the next Ask Abhijit episode? I'm hoping next Wednesday. Kumar, how NSA Ajit Sahab can tackle these Khalistanis here in Canada? Well, the NIA has been given access to go through all the different incidents that happened. Because remember that in March timeframe, one consulate official and one journalist were really badly attacked in Canada. And then also the NIA also is investigating the first fire that took place in March of this year. And now this is the second one. So the first one was more dangerous because they actually went to the actual building and they applied kerosene and tried to set it on fire. Luckily, it had rained a lot just in the preceding days and weeks, so it was damp. The wood did not catch fire. That's all caught in CCTV camera. In fact, again, Ambassador Garcetti had mentioned that the people who had come had got their masks on, so they couldn't recognize. He's giving all the outs. Oh, people wear masks, so we don't know. I mean, that's not the reason, guys. I told you, I have a video, I think I released it on 4th, if I remember correctly, or the 3rd, that, there's a very easy way to find out who it was that set fire. Very easy. They use a cell phone to record and video record the event. That's all you need. And SFPD is at the cutting edge of technology. I don't buy that BS that Eric Garcetti, ambassador of United States to India, is dishing out. If you are watching, Ambassador, please give me a call. We'll have a question and answer session. You were the mayor of LA. I'll ask you some questions. Let me see how you answer those questions. First of all, you are an ambassador. I think you are crossing the line here. Anyway, we can figure out all that stuff. Do call me. Next question. SB 403 Caste Discrimination Bill of California discourages highly caste sensitive Telugu Andhra people to discriminate in companies such as Cisco, Meta, and Workday. Well, it's a discrimination for everybody. Even those who say that we welcome it, they could themselves be subject to the same thing. It is a very malicious piece of prosecution. That's all I can say. And I'm hoping that this will not stand the test of law. Let's go to the next question, please. Magnet Ranga, wrong wiring is possible as human error, but can trains be run with proper checks? How can you check this, Ranga? This thing is, signaling is a separate thing. They are just giving you lights, right? Green, red, green, and also the track switching. All these things are automated. Remember that this is a very busy line. A lot of trains run on that. Maybe even at 10, 20-minute intervals. It is, Providence that only 2 trains went there. One was, of course, a goods train that went to the siding and loop line and waited there. That also had come only recently before that, I heard. So the driver cannot be knowing all these things. This is essentially some kind of a wiring error, looks like, because it has happened in more than one station. So a thorough audit, thorough check, and safety of railways is in question. I hope that this is getting resolved very quickly. Shreyas Maitreya wants to know, sir, please cover the Chandrayan 3 launch as well. Would love to hear your perspective, especially with your background in engineering. Shreyas, I will try to do it. Satellite launch vehicle technology was difficult. I remember in the 80s how many times SLV-1, SLV-2, I think SLV-3 they may have succeeded. How it used to go off from Sriharikota and then it will just go, fall into the Bay of Bengal. Launch vehicles are difficult. Satellites themselves are not that difficult. Now India has figured it out. India is probably the go-to country for any country to wanting to launch their satellites. So it's a good thing. I'll try to cover that. Next one. Vishnu Vamshi wants to know about Common Civil Code 3C. Is there a CCC Act 1937 October which Ambedkar objected and demanded UCC? If so, then can't claim credit for Common Civil Code. I don't know about this, Vishnu. If you can send a link, I can read up on this. Next one. Magnet Ranga again. Should Pannu's relatives in India be questioned on his whereabouts? Not suggesting any action against relatives. No, he was there. They saw him in United Nations. Listen, Ranga, this is a little bit more nuanced than what we are thinking. He could have become an asset for any country. I mean, I can think of US, Canada, India, I don't know. I'm just saying that these are a little bit more couched in IB, in intelligence stuff, and they may be seeing him, but they may not be touching him, waiting to see what he does next. Clearly, Canada has put a stop to this rally. US is going ahead. People are making preparations to make sure that there is no vandalism at the consulate building. That is what they expect. So that's going to be done. So the SFPD is going to be regulating traffic. They'll be very busy. They'll be efficient at doing this, I hope. Only thing is they don't want to catch the perpetrators. So that begs the question, were these perpetrators also now turned into assets for some country? Could be US, could be Canada. I don't know. So a little bit more, we are getting into the spy versus spy kind of stuff now. Well, we'll wait and see how much information is going to get released. All you and I as common men care about is none of the consulate, nobody should be hurt. That is the most important thing. Poonam Abhi wants to say, I do agree with you. The Indian bureaucracy are clean, are not clean, I think. I agree too that Modi should have started an aggressive Swachh Bharat campaign with cleaning up the bureaucracy at home and his own government. The proof of all these people's complicity was also provided. To the best of my knowledge, based on some articles that appeared in PGurus, 2 or 3 people were acted upon. That's about it. That's all they did. The rest of the people, even those people got rehabilitated after a little bit of time. Very sad, guys. That's all I can say. In fact, the honest whistleblowers have been, they have been punished by being retired forcibly without any benefits. Under Article 56J or something like that, India's rules and regulations. Very, very sad. Next one, please. H.C. Kumaraswamy wants to know, Karnataka budget presented today, Sri Iyer review awaited. No, we did it, Kumaraswamy. We did it with Sriram Seshadri. Kindly take a look at that video. The second part of the video, we talk about this in some detail. Next one, please. Priyanka Porwal wants to know, if Indian diplomats are not safe, then what NRIs can expect of respective governments? It's getting into that territory. Yes, I agree. Avinash Mansabdar wants to know, any update on Sharad Pawar merging with Congress? Secondly, will Shinde be replaced by Ajit Pawar? Is that the deal? No, I think there are still some machinations going on. The NCP constitution itself looks like it was changed recently. So there is some arm wrestling going on there. With Sharad Pawar, right, you can never guess anything. This guy is an art. He's a class unto himself. He's a googly man bowler. You never know what he will say at the end. So just wait and see. Don't rush to a conclusion. Things will sort themselves out. Sandhya Vashikar, what can we do as private citizens to put pressure on San Francisco PD in the fire case? You can write to your local congresswoman, men, wherever you are in the United States, and express concerns that, if the consulate officials' lives are under threat, what is the U.S. government, what is the U.S. law enforcement agency doing? to protect their lives, and if they don't have protection, what about us? That's a very, very legitimate question. That is why I'm trying to kind of draw the attention of everyone, saying that every day that passes without these people getting apprehended, I get more worried. Next one. I think that's about it. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Our traffic did pick up towards the end, but I would have liked to see more people listen to this. Clearly, what I have said about the analysis of the arrests, I think nobody has touched upon it. And plus, the fact that Canada is not allowing it is at least some consolation for India, that, okay, at least they could prevail on one country. I mean, that's all I can say. I mean, US is clearly not giving it the kind of attention it should. San Francisco Police Department needs to give it more attention. What happened? Why they are not apprehending these people? They should have been caught. See, there is a rule that within the first few hours, if you don't catch them, they'll just melt into thin air. That's all I can say. Thanks for watching again. Namaskar.